Hi. Hi. Hello everyone. It's my audience right here. Um my name is Kathleen Gale and welcome to my art show. My name is Kathleen Gale. Welcome to my art show. So, I am an artist who was heavily inspired by the period during the coronavirus pandemic. I paint, I draw, and all kinds of art, and art is a very important form of expression to me. So, I asked my guy to open up this gallery, and I welcome you all. It is called Picture Perfect Pandemic. I feature works from during the time of the coronavirus. I was about 16 years old and just experiencing a whole lot of things. My art shows the isolation of that period, the countless number of times we've talked to our loved ones on a computer screen or some sort of device. Really highlights the emotional aspect of that period and what everyone was going through, especially our young teenagers. I was just a sophomore in high school. I remember all the feelings. So, hopefully, this art show has a little something for everybody. I am very excited. I hope you all enjoy it. So, a great evening.
Escape Reality by Escape Reality by Escape Reality by Escape.
By losing yourself. I'm way too good at that. And if these walls could talk, they'd hate me or they would love me. Because I talk way too much, which is so abrupt. Or not a lot at all. It's suddenly like being beat with a bat. I like to talk to the walls, but they don't talk back. They're just walls. But I swear that I can guess what they think. They think I'm crazy. When the wall's conversation doesn't comfort me. When my seemingly only friends suddenly make me feel lonely. When I don't have anything else to say. When I'm as blank and lukewarm as room temperature air blowing from a ceiling fan because it feels like I'm talking to a brick wall. Damn. I actually am crazy. Escape from reality. Don't talk, don't move, don't make eye contact, don't speak. I dare myself to sit in one spot as if mustering up sage energy. That's not a dare. It's just how I sleep at night by thinking such things, but really, what I'm doing is escaping from reality. It's just so easy. Now I have become adept at slipping away. This box of a room feels like a paradox. And I know it to be the equivalent of a Pandora's box because my best friend is my enemy, and the enemy of my enemy is my friend. The walls are so ambivalent. What kind of relationship is this? One of a person and an inanimate object. The walls are animate. Calm down. Here I go talking to myself again. And the walls are listening, arguing, probably. I try to rationalize it, but I can't do it. So to whoever's listening, anybody, answer me this. If the walls don't have a face, how can they stare at me like that? I just gotta escape. But how? I sit still. I don't look at anything, but I see through it. I'm sad. I'm crazy. And I'm a fool. If I don't like the suspicious walls judging me, I'll just go somewhere those demented walls can't look at me. I'll imagine a whole different place, still inside these walls, this box. But even still, I'll escape.
Home isn't just a place to live in and keep yourself sheltered at. It's the place where I can actually be myself and not actually feel ashamed of my bare skin when I turn to look in the mirror. And even if I do, well, I can always make myself feel better by wearing myself in an oversized hoodie or something. It's a place where both my headphones are found stuck in my ears, free to listen to whatever I want to, with little to no distractions from my dancing imagination. There's always food for me to snack on in the fridge, and so that I can take it into my own little comfort zone of the bigger area and watch whatever the heck might interest me on television. And every day when I wake up, the warmth of the white sheets cover my eyes while the curtain covers the sun. And I turn on my side to hear the radio before getting up. And then I open the curtains for the morning sun to come in, and my day blankly continues from there. I don't bother to pay attention to any other details, but it does get awfully boring. And sometimes it does get lonely all by myself or even with no other person to play with, but I still manage to receive the best comfort from my favorite comfort zone.
Reading opens up new worlds, new possibilities, and new emotions. Reading provides an escape from reality. I can feel love and hate within one page. Living different lives, meeting new people is one of my favorite parts. I can read the fire that lives inside a character. I can feel their fierceness and determination, and I can live their life with each word I read. I can read of the love and loss and feel the pain of each character. Reading for me is like going out of a big place, because I don't have to worry about no unexpected situations. Everything in a book is already mapped out for me. 1 minute, we're out hanging with friends, having the time of our lives, living like nothing else matters, only to come home and hear about teenagers being shot and killed. Not a smack in the face none of us expected. I know it's not healthy, but I look for ways to escape this reality. Reading provides that safe haven, and if you can't find me, that's because I'm buried under the pages of a better reality.
March 13th, 2:30 p.m. Lights up on Olivia in her bedroom, her phone in her hand. Olivia is a high school senior during 2020, and she and her friend Lindsay have just been told that they can't go back to school for 2 weeks because of COVID-19. Olivia and Lindsay are calling each other about the news. Hey Lindsay, how's it going? Pretty good. This whole quarantine thing is so fun. Yeah, I know. No school for 2 whole weeks? Sounds like a dream to me. Yeah, COVID isn't that bad. We'll be back to school in no time. Honestly, I wouldn't mind if we don't have another week or 2 of school. I was really falling behind in my math class, so maybe I can catch up. How are we even supposed to go to school? They made us bring all of our stuff home, but I'm still kind of confused. I think they said something about Zoom, which I think is like FaceTime, but like fancier or something. We have to log into Zoom and take our classes, I think. Sounds simple enough. See you on Zoom. See you later.
March 14th, 3 o'clock p.m. Lights up on Olivia in her bedroom, her phone in her hand, extremely upset. Olivia is calling her friend Lindsay upon hearing the news that Breonna Taylor was shot and killed by police.
Did you hear what happened? What? What's going on? Check your phone. Oh my gosh. I know, it's just horrible. I can't believe that the police killed her. This is so upsetting. She never should have died. Exactly. There needs to be way better training or something to ensure things like this never happen again. Imagine having your life cut short like that. All because of a police officer? It's their job to protect the people, not kill them. This is outrageous. He needs to be charged for murder. Some action needs to be taken to stop the killing of innocent people like her. You know, I heard there were some protests happening downtown. Do you want to go to one? I know with COVID it is a lot harder, but we need to make an impact somehow. People know that the murder of innocent lives needs to stop, especially for people of color. Yeah, you're so right. I would love to go. I'll text you later to make more definitive plans. Okay, bye.
Hello?
Hey,
What you doing, girl?
nothing in the house.
Oh, that's good.
What you doing?
Nothing, I'm just on the computer. But I just came across this thing called The Fright of Your Life. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. It says, fear is a sense of fright, something that makes you overthink at night. A feeling that is hard to ignore. It creates a feeling of being alone. You hear noises, you toss and turn, but have yet to see anything. I wonder why. It's a mind game your consciousness wants you to play. You play the game, you might survive. I wonder if you lose. It said that you still have that fright. Maybe a monster might get you. Don't keep the door open, but in the end it's all a game. You choose whether you want to play, but there's a chance your fright might go away. Girl, that poem is lame. That stuff is not real.
It sounds scary.
Whatever.
Do you hear that?
Do I hear what?
A door creaking.
I don't hear no door creaking.
It's getting louder.
Girl, I don't know what you're talking about, because I don't hear nothing.
Now it's knocking.
Is you okay? I don't hear nothing.
Yes, I hear it.
Girl, stop, because you're making me scared now, because I'm at home alone.
Why are you home alone?
What do you mean? My parents is at work. But I don't hear anything, so what are you talking about? Now you're trying to be funny. Is you knocking over the phone?
No.
Now I'm starting to get creeped out. Like, I'm getting scared. Like, I'm finna go into covers.
Hello? Girl, I'm still hearing the noises that you was talking about. Girl, I told you I was home alone. I don't know what to do. I'm scared. I can't stay under here for that long. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I'm starting to think this stuff is real. I don't even know why I read that poem in the first place. What was I thinking?
I'm so scared. I don't know what to do. I feel somebody touching me. I'm scared.
When I look at you, I want to tell you how much I hate you. How much you ruined everything, how much you fucked up. But I know I wouldn't. Because I still want your approval, desperately. I look out at the blinding lights and you're the only face I see. I hear a song, and you're the only voice in the melody. A father figure, we thought. But you turned out to be a different type of figure, one that prays and pounces in secret, hoping no one would leak it, leaving the people around you airless, not even able to gasp at your carelessness. Carelessness. Can we even call it that? No. But you would have buried that seed to plant, if you had the chance. Because you had the power to squash us like ants. Making slight remarks, giving me a slant on certain people. I didn't used to think of you as evil. Little did I know it was all part of your plan. To be a big man, king of your castle, general to your army of exceptional ensembles. Feeding us compartmentalized lies. I still yearn for certain ones. I still want you to tell me that I have even a speck of talent. I want you to see me on stage and tell me that I made you proud. I want to hear you in the audience cheer, excited and loud. I wanted to be a part of your legacy. But now your legacy is a hole in the hallway that I keep slipping into, tripping and grabbing the green lockers. I feel like I need blockers. So I can be a horse that doesn't see the doors that mark the memories. 180. 3 numbers I'll never forget. When you told me you liked my dress, I sink into myself because now there's a filter on that playing in my mind, like a film from the old times, and we say, ugh, that's weird. But I don't want my mind cleared. I need to remember, so I know what to look out for. You're like a canker sore. Always there, always pain. I see you everywhere, on the train. I hear your name. I see you on my TV screen. I'll have to admit, that was a bit of a shock. It felt like robbers got my door unlocked. Just when I thought I was purged of you, you had to pop up to remind me you'll never really leave. And I have to move with that and not retreat. I feel embarrassed. Right until the news hit, I thought it was bullshit. It has to be a misunderstanding. It has to. It wasn't. Now I could stand here and mention all that you broke, while I feel myself choke on a lump in my throat as I hold back tears, not sad tears either, angry tears. I need a breather. I'd rather just think about the bonds that formed, the bonds that never conformed, the bonds that grew stronger, the bonds that will last longer, the bonds that I am grateful for, the bonds that remind me not to be hateful anymore. Even when sometimes I still search for your eyes in the crowd telling me that you're proud.
A human is like a deep ocean. Our thoughts act like water and the rest of our body act like the fish. Without water, fish can't live, and without a brain, neither can we. However, something so delicate like water can also be so very, very dangerous. Deep oceans across the world have taken the lives of numerous people. The crashing waves of water don't harbor any ill intent themselves. Thus, the only thing people can do is try to be more careful next time they're next to the sea. But the ocean's behavior is dependent on how we treat it. Then we avoid it entirely, well aware of what we have done, and pretend as though it's a surprise when it bites us in the ass later with its sharp teeth and drag us under the water. But if we are to treat it nicely, it'll look beautiful and hardly pose much of a threat to us. It'll welcome us into its home and show us many structures and signs of history from the past, like it's a museum. And if such a thing, without sentience, can still show signs of life, love, pain, and is noticed by a large number of people, then what's causing someone with sentience, with all those emotions, to be unnoticed, ignored, and disappear like they never existed?
Like clockwork, I see her face at exactly 8:30 every morning.
After my night of rest, my time to recharge, I am opened. Whirring to life, I pull up documents and Zoom links, homework assignments and spreadsheets. She sits in her purple chair, a blanket wrapped around her waist. All alone in complete isolation, she no longer has any real connections. All of them are through me, her technology. I watch her as she experiences her 8th grade year through her computer. These years of her life stolen from her by a raging virus. I am there for her through her boredom and sadness, through her countless FaceTime calls. The only way she can talk to those she loves most. I am a necessity now. I help her not completely miss out. Through everything, it is just her and her technology.
What's the point of living when all of our endings are the same? Our first and last day is something we have in common with everyone. That's what makes each individual's way of living so different. Some of us sit here and wait for our day to come to leave the earth, but it's about how you live it. It's the little things. Living is putting your songs on blast in the car on full volume. Living is crying to movies more than one time. Living is pulling all-nighters with your friends, staying up till 5 in the morning. Living is obsessing over babies who you think are the cutest things in the world. Living is almost falling into the lake trying to clean your feet from all the sand from the beach. Living is admiring the city you've lived in all your life and never taking time out of your day to notice it. Living is falling asleep on long car rides. Living is celebrating birthdays. Living is using a whole bottle of silly string on one person. Living is dressing up your dogs. Living is having full-on dance parties with no music. Living is sucking all the helium out of your balloon just to see your voice change. Living is embarrassing yourself in front of your entire class. It's renting out a whole movie theater. It's go-kart racing and dropping your phone. It's shopping with no money and going to the park even though you're a grown kid. Living is decorating the Christmas tree. Living is knowing the entire rap verse to Slim Shady. It's the smell of fireworks and long walks on the beach. Living is putting an incredibly fake wig on and liking how it looks. It's laughing until your stomach hurts. Living is putting songs on full volume. It's taking an infinite amount of pictures of your dogs. Living is making memories with your friends and family. Are you really living, or are you waiting for your time to pass?
You'd never think the beginning of a story would start off with a beginning sacrifice. But the sacrifice went wrong and you lied. No, hear me out. I thought it was gonna work. I promise I thought it would. But the sacrifice went wrong and you lied. And you never think the beginning of a story would start off with a beginning sacrifice.
I was 2 years old when I first saw the ocean. My dad, my sister, and I all piled into our car and drove to the beach. We both wore blue bathing suits with little white flowers all over them. We had sunglasses on too. Yours were always pink and mine were always purple. I remember that. Dad covered us from head to toe in sunscreen, trying his best to protect us from the harsh rays of the sun. We ran as fast as our little legs could move and threw all of our buckets and towels in the sand. I was excited to be at the beach, but there was something in particular that drew me in. Those deep blue depths always caught my attention because of the uncertainty of it all. It's unknown. We never fully know what mysterious creatures lurk in the darkness and the gloom. Whales, dolphins, fish, plankton, sharks, and even creatures we can't truly see. I always found beauty in the sun reflecting off of those turquoise waves. Some days, the ocean is turbulent and choppy, the wind whipping it into a churning froth. Other days, like today, it is crystal clear and smooth. I can still remember the smell of brine mixed with sunscreen, sweat, and sand. To this day, those smells remind me of that summer. Even at 2 years old, I felt emboldened and daring. Those cerulean waters enticed me, drew me in. It pulled me forward as you and I darted into the ocean, our arms waving around, our legs treading the water. The shells embedded in the sand cut at my feet, but I didn't care. It was just the ocean and me partnered in some sort of wild dance. It spun me around and around with the force of its current. You and I laughed and splashed for hours, the sun beating down on our sunscreened faces, our smiles never ending. I will never forget that day at the beach, the day I met the ocean.
Isabella comes home from school after another terrible day. Her mother tries to greet her.
Oh, hello.
Isabella tries her best to ignore her.
Not gonna say anything to me?
Isabella shakes her head no and walks away.
Oh boy. What happened at school?
Nothing.
Nothing. Listen, you're gonna have to talk about this sooner or later.
I don't want to hear any of this from you right now. Bringing it up will only make me more mad.
I'm just trying to help, you know?
This. I don't need, okay?
Isabella begins walking upstairs in rage. As she reaches the top, she accidentally hits her little sister's playset.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Oh, my set.
Your set? In the hallway. Why?
Sorry, my room was crowded and I didn't have anywhere else to do this.
Oh, really? Your room is crowded. From what?
Sorry, I didn't think you'd be back.
I live here, you know.
Hey, sis.
What?
You mind getting off one of my figures?
Isabella looks down and kicks the figure out of the way and starts heading off to her room. Later that night, Isabella woke up to some strange noises.
What? Little sis, I swear if that's you. It's too early for this.
Isabella opened the door and found that nobody was there.
Wait, what? That was weird.
Isabella goes back to bed, trying to shake off the feeling.
That was odd, whatever I was hearing.
Hey.
Isabella sits up, confused, looking everywhere.
Right here, buddy.
Isabella adjusts her eyes to a small figure sitting on her desk.
Weak, sis. Come on, I knew this was you.
Sibling has a very deep voice. When the last time you talked to them?
Wait, this can't be real. How are you talking right now?
Why should I tell you that after you stepped on me and kicked me? Even destroyed me and my friend's base.
Wait, so are you actually my little sister's toy?
Oh my... No, I'm just another toy.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, we need to talk.
If you want an apology, then I guess I'm sorry.
Thank you. Even though I don't think you mean it. But that's not why I'm here. You see, me and everyone else, I had enough of you coming around and breaking stuff. So we decided to do something about it. Tonight.
Then why are you here?
Good question. Hit it!
At the other side of the room, a machine begins to power up and shoots a beam of energy at Isabella. Scene 2. Isabella opens her eyes and notices something is wrong.
Ow. My head. What happened?
Oh, good. You're awake. If I'm being honest, I didn't think you'd wake up.
Wait, how are you on my bed? And how did you get so big?
Maybe if you turn your head a bit.
Isabella finds it hard to turn her head, but gets the hang of it. Soon she discovers she is not in her body.
Wait, what the?
Calm down and let me explain.
Calm down. Calm down. I just got shrunk down to your size and my body is all plastic now.
Well, when you put it like that, it doesn't sound bad.
Carry me back.
Can't.
What do you mean you can't?
The machine may or may not have overheated.
So I'm stuck like this forever?
Oh, our best builders and engineers are working on it. So you'll be back to normal in the morning.
Why did you even do this in the first place?
Well, one, do you see the look on your face? It was funny how shocked you were, but then realized you don't have one facial expression. So that backfired. Second, we're going to recover what you lost.
What I lost? What are you talking about?
Happiness.
Are you kidding me?
Look, before you say you're not feeling that way, but we toys were made to make kids happy, and we can tell when something is wrong. We are the things that bring joy to everyone. Till board games and video games started beating us at that.
So, do I even have a choice?
Nope, let's go.
Go where?
To the movies.
So, what? How are we getting there? It'll take us to, like, morning.
No, it should just take us a second. We're going downstairs. Follow me.
Toy 1 proceeds to walk off the bed to the staircase. Isabella follows. As they are walking, Isabella notices other toys in the area by the machine that turned her into a toy. When they reach the bottom, Toy 1 signals to one of the other toys, and a toy car comes racing to them.
Is it ready?
Yes, sir.
Good. We're off.
They enter the car and proceed to drive out of her room and off towards the edge of the stairwell.
Hey, you gonna stop?
Relax and watch.
Isabella braces for impact on a long fall, but then soon realizes they are driving on a track down the stairs.
Where did all this come from?
Some for the attic, some for the garage. Heads up, we are arriving at our destination.
Toy 1 pulls up to the building and they make their way inside.
Have a seat, then the show will begin.
What's this show about?
You'll see.
The lights dim, revealing a stage, and other toys are acting on it. But as they continue acting, Isabella can't help but feel like she has seen this before.
Wait, is this?
Yes, this is the party you had 6 months ago.
Why show this moment?
Keep watching, you might remember.
As the scene continues, Isabella notices an old figure and a younger version of herself having fun with the others.
Look familiar?
Yeah, Grandpa.
The moment he came in, you were very happy to see him. Happier to see him than your other siblings and family.
Well, yeah, we always hung out together. We practically did everything together, too.
The scene on the stage begins to change suddenly, as it shows Isabella and Grandpa on a chair coughing. Later, him being sent to the hospital.
You were at school when it was happening, and your parents got the call.
Yeah, I know. They knew for the longest and didn't even bother to tell me what was happening to him.
They had a good reason on doing it.
Good reason? Oh, please. Tell me what was the good reason for it.
Your grandfather was doing bad at first, but then he was starting to get better. The reason they didn't tell you was so they don't give you hope.
Won't give me hope. What does that mean?
One night, I was listening on your parents. They said that his results were neither good or bad. He was responding to treatment well, but his age and strength, he was not going to keep it up for long.
So there was no way to say if he was going to make it or not. But why are you showing me this?
The first stage was mental recovery. Now, we go to the next stage.
Which is?
Simple. Having fun.
Scene 3. Toy 1 takes Isabella to the basement after they have finished watching the play.
Why are we coming down here?
Something we set up when you fell asleep.
Around the corner, they see a miniature toy carnival.
What? Oh, God, where is all this stuff coming from?
That box over there.
Toy 1 points to a box. Isabella walks up to the box and looks inside. As she's looking inside, she notices that there are pictures of her and her grandfather in there, as well as many other items he had kept on the trips they had been on together.
So this is from him as well, huh?
Yes. This was one of the sets he wanted to assemble with you before he got sick. Your parents wanted to give you it at the right time, but I think now is a good time to show you.
They enter on a table and look around at all the objects that have been lost.
So, which ride do you want to get on first?
Wait, I can ride these?
Yep. Want to go on the racetrack?
You have cars?
Yes.
And I can ride them?
Yes, and racing others.
Toy 1 and Isabella get to the racetrack where other toys are waiting for them.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Toy 1 signals to the tower to begin the race, and the lights begin to glow red, then turns to yellow, and at that point all these cars start their engines. Then as the light turns green, they're off. Isabella follows the track as it leads outside to the bright moon and back inside to her basement where small lights are making their way to the final lap. After the race is done, Isabella plays other games like Jenga, bowling, tic-tac-toe, rig toss, and many more. As they finish all the games, Toy One looks at the time and tells everyone to wrap it up.
Seems our time's up, and so is yours.
Really? But I'm having so much fun right now, though.
Everything you need for fun is right around you. You have your family and your friends. And you have us by your side. But in your sister's room, that is. One has never left you, Isabella. Just trapped and need to be set free. Don't let one thing drown it forever.
Thank you for everything.
That's my job.
Isabella and Toy One drive back upstairs to her room, where all the other toys begin to clean everything up and return to their place. As they get to her room, the machine is ready to start again.
You ready?
Yeah.
Hit it!
Yes, sir! The machine powers, and a beam of energy turns Isabella back into a human.
I'm back.
Yes, you are.
I'll be honest, sir, I thought you were going to break apart.
Wait, what?
Nothing. They said nothing.
Toy 2, never say that again. The toys in Isabella's room begin to move the machine out, as well as the rest of them. As the toys were beginning to leave, Isabella stops Toy 1.
Wait.
Toy 1 stops and turns around.
What can I do to repay you?
Seeing everyone smiling is all the payment I need. And remember, your happiness will always be with you.
Toy 1 shuts off the light and begins to walk out of the room with the rest of the toys, while Isabella silently and happily goes to sleep. The end.
There's a way to escape reality, you know? And for me, that's joining the fantasy world. It's picking up a controller or something, an electronic, and pressing that play button. You know, spending 6 to 8 hours or something glued to the screen, only getting up to snack, maybe visit somebody or use the bathroom, and you won't even get up until someone pulls a plug or takes your electronic and ending you back in reality. And for any minor inconvenience there might be, you, for some reason, you always spend time away from the real world, and it's in a constant loop over and over and over again. They say, come back to the real world, and they want you to pay attention to them, but no one understands you, because for some reason, maybe the fantasy world gives you more than somebody else ever could.
Blown up, just like a balloon, stretched taut. Their own rotund planet, misshapen and broken inside, grinding gears not properly oiled. Pop the balloon and all that falls out is crumbles of dust, the last attempts to submerge the quenching animal. Tear-streaked faces raised high up to the great pale blue, waiting for the watery relief to split apart the sky. Yet there is no water, and they are starving. Their land remains as dry as their insides. Other people reside in long stretches of brick, 5 oak doors, 50 glass windows, 7 bedrooms, and so much more. Everything handed to them on a golden platter, oblivious to the aching and pained people. Unable to split their portions in half, they constantly gorge on food, their privilege clouding over their sight, unaware of these horrible issues. Stop making them grovel in the ground to find some small seed of hope. Quench their unfed animal. Allow their gears to once again spin. Pop that balloon. Feed them something more than dust.
Babe, what emotion do you feel when you look at me?
Seriously, answer. I'm not kidding. I'm not. No, for real. Tell me. Why is this so hard for you? I just want to know what emotion is behind the way you perceive me. I want to know if this emotion you give me is one I can accept. No, don't sigh. Don't walk away. Are you serious? Ryan, when I look at you, I feel filthy. Yeah. I see a dumpster fire. Your visual representation is so messed up. If I could give you a color, it'd be shit green. Shit green. What, is the appearance of my anger startling you? I bet you never thought you'd see this emotion on me, did you? God, I am so tired of this. You barely even talk to me. How could I let myself think I could involve you in a conversation about symbolism? No, don't touch me. Just go away. Leave me alone.
There once was a rich man. This man had a lot of money, he had a lot of power, and he was very, very rich. He was also rude and selfish. He didn't care about who he hurt, what he did, as long as he got his paycheck. On the other side, there was a sweet man, a man who lived in a village. This man cared about everyone. He cared about everybody in the village. He cared about their opinion, and he would never do one single action without asking them for what they wanted. This man was very selfless. One day, the man was strolling through the village when he came across a sweet man. The sweet man said, "Hey, how are you?" The rich man ignored. He threw bread at the sweet man and said, "You're just a poor little pig." And the sweet man tried to give him back his bread. And he said, "Here you go." And the rich man just threw back the bread and said, "You're just a poor little pig," and called his bodyguards. And the bodyguards said, no, he told the bodyguards to hit him and to not stop hitting him. The rich man said, "Please don't hit me. I was just trying to be kind." But the rich man didn't listen. So the bodyguards went up to him, and they hit, and they hit, and they hit. And they didn't stop hitting. And all of a sudden, the sweet man stopped breathing. And everybody in the village gathered around, and they said, "Please stop. He stopped breathing. He's basically dead." The rich man didn't care. All he did was turn around and say, he was just another poor little pig. So who cares? It's not like he had any dreams, right? Not like he had a family. It's not like he had any goals in life, because he was just another poor man. That's what society is. They deem you as one thing. They take one good look at the outside, and they say, "This is what you are for the rest of your life. This is what everybody's going to judge you as." They never look at your talents, qualities, benefits, none of that. Because they only look at what's on the outside. And maybe, just maybe, they'll look at what's on the inside. But then again, that's just a maybe. But if you were born in power, congratulations, you're set for life. You have the power and you have the money. No one can tell you otherwise. And you have little to no consequences. And the evidence is literally who we leave our power to. We leave our lives in the hands of mostly white, old, rich men. And these people get to make every little decision for us. And they have to deal with none of the consequences. And they get to sit up high up in their chair and count the stacks of money that they have. What do we get? We get an empty promise and having to deal with all the consequences of their actions. And we're just a little noise in the background for them that they can easily block out. We're nothing to them. We're just people with no power, no money. And again, they're people with power and money. And people listen to them, not us. Because we don't have the power or the money. So who would even look at us?
The dream begins to change by the overclouding of thoughts, not knowing what's wrong, emotions flowing, the dark clouds overflow, the body becomes down. Even trying to be happy can't overshine it, but is the problem me, I say, as I sit in my cloud of thoughts, of hopes, of finding a way out.
Men. They have walked all over us for centuries, like stepping stones on a never-ending trail, taking advantage of our fear and stripping us to skin and bone, like we're nothing but their prey. They have this huge advantage over us, yet the only difference between us is, well, hormones in anatomy, if you want to count that, but that doesn't mean a thing. We may have the right to vote, but that doesn't mean a thing. There's so much left to go. We must keep marching. Women make 77 cents for every man's dollar. And society has made it acceptable for them to holler. It's easier for them to become a scholar because they are men. But that doesn't mean a thing. Women are powerful and brave, getting stronger every day. I wish that I could find a way to get it in their brains. The toxic men that think they're better, that they could take on any weather. Yeah, God made us differently, but that doesn't mean a thing. It doesn't mean a thing. It doesn't mean a thing. It doesn't mean a thing. Women are great in every way, putting up with monsters every day, wishing for some equality. Maybe then the world will be a better place for you and me. 'Cause it doesn't mean a thing. No, it doesn't mean a thing. It doesn't mean a thing. It doesn't mean a thing. It shouldn't mean a thing for you and me. It doesn't mean a thing.
At the performance, the instruments sounded wonderful. They sounded as if they had passive trouble that caused them to play the way they did, with such emotion. When the show started, a girl came out with a beautiful white dress, curly long brown hair. She was gorgeous. She sang so freely with such passion like nothing else mattered in the world. Her voice resounded in the theater. The way she sang her lines, she seemed open and carefree, almost as if they were engraved in her heart. My motivation comes from my parents' passive poverty. my goals, my future career, my friends need to go big or go home, fear of being nothing, hunger for success, and a want for change. My motivation is what makes me get out of bed. It gives me a reason to deal with my stressful days instead of sleeping my life away. My motivation gives me strength and purpose to be or do anything. Motivation gives me power to overcome any obstacle in my way.
Bye. See ya. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Adios. Adios, adios.
Bye.